And he came to me and he's like, I've got this movie Hillary Clinton brought to me about house music.
Hillary Clinton?
And that's what I said. I'm like, Hillary Clinton likes house. Like, I didn't know Hillary liked house.
I want to know, when people think about early Chicago house, what was the kind of inciting incident? People who know about the Demolition Night, but what was the birth of house music in Chicago? Mr. Vince Lord, yes. Tell me about the birth of house music in Chicago.
I guess if we want to, the thing that they have in common, I guess, is me. And in 1978, a shock jock, a radio DJ by the name of Steve Dahl, he felt like it was, just that black stuff. He showed us prejudice by staging a rally where if you brought a disco record, you got into a baseball game for 98 cents, and they said, look, you bring your disco records, and in the middle of a doubleheader, we're going to blow up these records. And people came, and they came with their true selves in that sense, because they just brought any black record they had, whether it was a Jackson 5 or Marvin Gaye or George Benson.
But how do you know that?
Well, the reason I know that is because I was an usher.
Wow.
And I was taking people to their seats at that game with the goal of purchasing my first synthesizer.
So the money they spent to destroy something helped create something
new.
And that's why I had to tell this story.
Once disco goes up and branches out into house, and you have the hip hop over here, and so many people think they're diametrically opposed, but girl, they're first cousins. So what's it like telling this unapologetically black queer story, Chester? What's that? I mean, tell me the experience of producing that.
That's funny you say that, because of when it's a story I have from set. I was calling participants, and there's a very famous, iconic house musician, and he said, "You sound gay. I don't know if I want to do your movie because I feel like y'all are going to make house music gay."
Too late, girl.
See, the thing about it is, it's like, first of all, when I look at Vince, I see an example. I see a model, right? The world may seem against you, right? But if you hold on to your passion, you hold on to your vision, there's light there. And that light will draw others. And from that light, you can build your tribe. That, to me, is universally human. At the same time, we live in a world that tries to separate us. And what I love about house music is that it's about the exchange of culture, right? Vince, I'm not going to state your sexuality, but it's not the same as my sexuality.
You're not gay. I know.
Yeah, I'm just really talented.
No, it's really funny. When we're making this film, right, and we're having these conversations because inspiration, not for house music, but the name from which house music gets its name, was this legendary gay club in Chicago called the Warehouse. There were stray kids lined up at the Warehouse because it was a safe space and the music was better than anything. There's this conversation about this queer story, and there are a bunch of us that are the founding fathers of house music per se. Like, I co-wrote the first record with Jesse Saunders and Marshall Jefferson, who wrote Move Your Body, Rock Your, the house music anthem per se. None of us are gay, but we love everybody. House music is the great unifier. It doesn't know a race, a sexual preference. It doesn't care about your economic status or your religion. It's just all about that groove and recognition that you can just be yourself, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So house is for the nerds. House is for the left out. It's for the marginalized, the skipped over. The house music is it's the soundtrack to the unconsidered.
I want so many people to also know that there was segregation at the beginning of this story as well. And some of that segregation, like you said, was what was driving these kids who might not have been black to go, I gotta go to this black party, because they kicked out all the cool people from the other party.
Well, I think at the end of the day, there's that saying, pressure makes diamonds. And if we consider house music a diamond in the rough, that pressure is the segregation that exists in Chicago in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and honestly still very much today.
We have to recognize that the Bee Gees are to disco music what Eminem is to hip hop. There's no real bad music, you know.
There is.
No,
There's certainly
no real
bad
bad.
music.
There's no real bad music. It's hard to separate disco from blackness in 1978. So what they wanted to destroy was not one band, one shitty band, even if you want to say that. And I think the Bee Gees made very good music, actually.
Good for you.
But
Congratulations.
here we go with it.
Because I have y'all here, I want to get, because we really get a chance to do this, I want to get like some suggestions for like early house Chicago deep cut artists and their songs that people should go look up right now.
Yeah, with the graphic here. Adonis, No Way Back. Promised Land by Joe Smooth. Baby Wants to Ride by Jamie Principle.
Oh, how our bodies intertwine with each other.
Can you hear
We
me?
made so many positions, some I can't even find in a book, you know.
Essence of a Dream by KLXE.
At night I'm drawn to you like a moth drawn to a flame. Oh girl, I can't resist. Your love runs deep inside my veins.
Move Your Body.
Move Your
by
Body.
Marshall
Move Your
Jefferson.
Body by Marshall Jefferson.
Yeah. Everyone watch Move Your Body, the birth of house music. Thank you so much for coming, Alice Vince. Thank y'all so much for hitting up the Vulture Spot, and happy Sundance.
Thank you.
Gotta have house.